Watch off. Oh no. Hey guys, Not So Average Builder here, and today we're going to work on the plasma effect. So I've already done the right arm. I did it on Instagram live video to just try it out and see how it worked. It didn't turn out as bad as I thought it was going to. There's still some things I'm going to fix on it after I do what we're going to do today on the other arm and then the rest of the kit. I think I may hit it with a clear blue, and that way it'll give it the recesses some definition and kind of tone down the white, because I may have done a little white, or a little over on the white. The downside was I think my white was too thin, so I may end up having to completely redo this arm. But it kind of gives it the glowy effect, and we're going to go from there. So yeah, so without further ado, let's get this thing started. Okay, so to do the plasma effect, we're going to use Vallejo's Mecha Color Electric Blue, that's 69020, and the Vallejo Mecha Color Pure White, which is 69001. And we're going to make a lighter variation of this and then top it off with just some dry brushing of this. And all this is going to be done with dry brushing, so you'll need your trusty dry brush, and I'm using this chisel edge so I can get into tight recesses. But that's that. So let's go and put a couple drops in the old dirty palette. I gotta clean this thing. We're just gonna do 2, 3, 4 drops of the electric blue, and we'll probably do 1, 2, 3 drops of the white. So it'll be a higher ratio. Get our cup of water near us. Mix this all together. And the goal is just to make a lighter color of the blue to give it that glowy effect. I may end up having to do a little more blue. Actually, yes. So we'll do 7 drops of the blue, because I don't want it to be too light. I want to see a solid definition between the electric blue base and the white. Well, and this color and then the white. Okay. Put the cap back on the Mecha Color. We'll take our, move this out of the way. We'll take our paper. We're just literally going to dry brush this on here. So we'll take the shield and I'll pop it apart to make things easier. Like for instance, this piece right here. So, and you want to carry it over. Maybe I didn't get, I got too much off. Oh no. This Mecha Color does not want to, it seems really thin and I don't understand why. What the deal is. Let me start over with this. This looks terrible. I don't know whether it's because I keep it out here in a garage or what, but it just doesn't seem to do what I want it to do. And I thought maybe it was because I had it in the wet palette, but that's not the case. It is completely in a dry palette. And I don't understand why it's... Let's start this over. I'll be right back. I'm going to try and fix this before this stuff dries. Alright, so I think I got it figured out. I don't know if my paints weren't just mixed up enough or what, but it's still kind of thin. But essentially what you're going to do is you're going to take your blue that you've made, dry brush the look you're going for, and essentially you just kind of drag it up here. Keep it towards the center. You don't want to, you want to give the glowy effect, but on the plasma, and you get some over onto the white parts, just to kind of give it that extra glowy effect. I don't think I've got enough off. And it's kind of giving it that, so you see you've got a really dark, and it's still pretty dark, but it's giving it a lighter effect. And we're going to want to go through the center and give it, I don't think I've got enough white. I make these mistakes so you don't have to. Let's mix this in here. And this is all about just finding the ratio that works best for you. That's a little bit better. But yes, just make sure we're very little. And we're going to go towards the center and give it that glowy effect. Now normally, like this is created on the plasma rifles, on Warhammer stuff, but I wanted to give the cycle frame a different look. So instead of it being a cycle frame, I want it to be a plasma frame. But you can see it gives it that glowy effect, and once we get the white on there, it'll really make things pop. So we'll just carry over onto this ever so slightly. Nothing major. We're going to take some more and focus it towards the center. So we'll just take and be random. So that way it gives it that effect that it's glowing. So yeah, I'm going to go off and do this to the rest of it. When we come back, we'll be ready for the white. So stay tuned. Alright, so I don't know if you can tell, but the blue has been done. You can really see it on the white parts. On the blue parts you can't really tell. But mostly it's been done with a little overshadowing on these to kind of give it that glowy effect. You can really see it on the chest piece, and that's what I was going for, trying to pick on places where light would reflect off of and make it look like it's really shiny. Now we're just going to take the straight white, nothing done to it, just a straight pure white, and we're going to dry brush even lighter onto that. And using that same arm, which should be dry by now, we're going to take our same dry brush and we're just going to hit the center. And we're going to carry the white over into this. And the white's doing the same thing as it did last time, and I'm not really sure why, but maybe it's because this wasn't completely dry. I don't know. I thought it was. But essentially this is what you're going to do. And just kind of blend everything in. And that gives it that glowy appearance. And I think, like I said, I'm going to take, to me, a clear blue once this completely dries and just hit the center part and try and blend that in a little bit more. But yeah, so let's do that to the rest of the kit and we'll be right back. Okay, so I've done the white. Let me zoom in here so you can see. I've done the white. It's a stark contrast to the blue, which is an even more of a stark contrast to the original electric blue, which you can see that I've done here. So you see that it's greatly toned it down, and it's made it look almost of a glow effect, and I'm hoping that that's what it actually goes for. But I've decided to take Tamiya's clear blue, and we're going to try and highlight some of the recesses. I was going to originally do it with like a wash of sorts, but I don't think that I want to. I think I want to do it with a very fine brush. So we're going to use the Tamiya very fine brush, or whatever this thing is called. And to start off with, I'm going to do it on the feet right here. I just want to take a little dab, nothing major, not a whole lot on the brush. And we're going to kind of paint the white a little bit. I don't know if I like that or not, and that's why I wanted to do it on a piece that was not very visible. It gives it almost too much of a blue. So let's try it on the knee here on this inside edge. I almost just want to almost dry brush with a layer brush or a detail brush, just to kind of soften the transition from the white. Heck, I might even do it towards the edges, just to darken the contrast there. I think that's what I'll do. Just kind of go along the edges, trying to keep it in the lines as much as possible, and that'll just give it that dark transition. Well, it helps if I can get it in the recesses. But yeah, just ever so slightly. I got it too much on that one. Let's go for the other foot, and we'll try it on there. I think that works pretty well as far as giving it a better contrast. Well, not too much on there. Between the white middle and the corner pieces where light's not necessarily transferring there yet. But we'll let that dry. We'll come back and we'll see how it looks. Alright, so we've gotten everything highlighted with the Tamiya clear blue. There are some spots where I messed up, but I'm not looking for perfection. But let's assemble this thing and we'll go from there. So this is what it looks like completely together. And once it's together, it really completes the overall look. The only thing I did not do the Tamiya panel lining, or the Tamiya blue, clear blue on, was the shoulders, which I've got to do that. So I'll finish that up. But essentially, I even tried on the shield. So this is with the highlighting. Let me get it to where you can see it. So this is with the highlighting, and this was just the straight clear blue on the back. I figured because it was darker I wouldn't mind. But it definitely brought it back to that electric blue look, which was not what I was looking for. I wanted that. So I'm just going to leave it the way it is, because I was not crazy about the way it looked with the straight clear blue over top of it. But here's the shield all assembled. I think it looks good. So I'll go do the shoulder pads, but I'm going to call this thing done. The Banshee Project Plasma is officially done. It has been plasmized, as you call it, but it's glowing. And, you know, of course, you've got the regular brilliant blue on the, I guess the fin, whatever it calls, the V-fin of its own. But then you've got the plasma effect on where the cycloframe would be. I'm going to call this thing done. Thank you to everyone who followed me through this. I hope that it looks as good to you as it does to me. The videos on what I did up to this point are in a playlist titled SD Banshee Project Plasma. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified on my next project, because we still have the Astray Red frame to finish up. We've got to do the decals on it, and then probably some panel lining and some weathering and such, but other than that. And then we've also got this guy to finish up. I've got to get the red for the purity seal, the parchment color for this, and then I've got to do the belt stuff on him, and then I'm going to give him a matte coat, I think. But other than that, and then of course the red for the eyes. But yeah, so those are a few of the projects that I've got to finish up. But like I said, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.